minutes they give you.
It's not time based.
It's time
lap.
based. Time, and then they start. Whoever is in that round, everyone starts, and it's a race. It can be all 6 of you. Also can be in a group, or it can be you are alone and there are 5 people different.
Shashwat,
My experience is,
and you being behind the wheel, there's infamous stuff we've known about that.
my experience is there's always
I don't wanna be
laps.
around.
Everyone gets same amount of laps. That's what.
But here it's
maybe
time,
this one must be
but
different.
this is the best track. There's another
In
one
Delhi
Gurgaon.
NCR, it's
Yeah.
the best.
In Gurgaon,
I've
there's
seen that one also.
That Gurgaon one you've seen. That is very.
It's not great.
Yeah, and the road is also very.
The
Since
surface
this is
not-
a sporting activity in many ways, we can shoot a video on it as well while we do it.
Yeah, we can. No, they do it for you. They place a camera.
GoPro they
Yeah,
place?
Yeah. No. They have a camera at one point of the track, and there you can get your phone kept. And they.
Rest you can attach your phone to the steering and shoot yourself. If you want that GoPro feel.
Yeah.
I have a action camera I
GoPro.
can bring.
Well,
Yeah, you
perfect.
can have-
Oh, but then it can be only fitted in one.
Yeah, so see, we can still
We
put it
can.
out
It
in
is a
post.
360. It takes the 360.
But then you'll have to be right at the back.
No, you should
Because
be
if
in
you
the
were
middle.
in the front, what do we see?
Middle. So that you shoot front and back everything.
We are 8 people. We can easily have a race.
Okay. Correct. He's right.
360 degree.
It can. You can pick whichever angle you want.
Okay.
It will shoot 360, and for particular duration of that clip, like suppose you shot 10 minutes of it for 360.
What,
So I can
editing
keep
purposes, you
30,
can pick,
30 second this angle, 30 second top angle, 30 second this. Any part of that recording, I can choose which one I want to see.
That's good.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
This
technology.
Here, the track is also really nice. The quality
I'll
of cars
just
is
correct
also
you
really
there.
nice.
Technology.
Technology. It's Italian.
Yeah.
They speak like that. Talking about technologia, some technologia was used to bombard the Rawalpindi Stadium, is what we've heard. That is drone attack. So without actually sending aircraft, and because it's a cricketing news, we thought we'll share it on the Dugout, that there has been drone attack in the Rawalpindi cricket ground, which would then mean that there is a PSL game there today.
Yes, it's so what reports are suggesting at the moment. We've seen footage of that, window panes and all the glasswork that was done for the Champions Trophy, etc. You know, it was a newly done stadium. All of that's now broken down, and the match has provisionally now been shifted to Karachi, is the present understanding. Conflicting reports also at the moment, because you couldn't have targeted the stadium itself. So the reports at the moment that I'm picking is that the targeted site was about 100-200 meters away from the stadium, but the impact was such that the stadium also took a beating, and all the glasswork, the windows, the doors, etc. The exterior of the stadium took a beating because of the blast that took place. But since you speak of technology, the armed forces did enough to foil the attack that came from Pakistan.
No, I want to know about.
as well.
So that game is already shifted.
Yeah, all but shifted. There is nothing as far as an
So
official
how will it happen?
conversation.
When was that game scheduled for?
It is scheduled for today only.
Later in
But how will they play in Karachi? Like players will.
Yeah, you're expected to then go from, because there was a game scheduled
Yes,
for
National
later in the
Stadium,
days.
yeah.
What I'm picking,
So then both teams will have to travel by
travel.
and then reach the ground on the same day and play the same day.
Yeah, and there's nothing, has been confirmed as of now, either by PCB or any of the relevant stakeholders within PCL. Many conflicting reports, as Harshit said. But one thing that I have read is that it has probably prompted PCB now to shift the PSL out of Pakistan. It will either take place in Dubai or Doha.
The entire tournament
Yeah.
is going on.
How
That's
much
big
is left
news.
only.
But there's one more report that's stating
Few days, because it was on till 18th.
until May,
So
May
10
18th, yeah.
days more.
Yeah.
10 days.
That's the business end.
Yeah.
It's the
And
business end of the
also,
tournament.
there's one more conflicting report that says that PSL will be shifted to Karachi only, like all the remaining games will take place at the National Stadium. So nothing is confirmed as
But
well.
now,
kite flying there as of now.
no, yeah, but also the some of the drone attacks have been targeted towards Karachi also, I believe, right? I mean, now you're going into the interiors of Pakistan. So if you had a thought that you can move it to Karachi and things like that, then because it's away from the border, that was a thought process. But the way it's escalating at the moment with drone attacks going inside Pakistan interiors, then I don't know how much even Karachi would be safe to have a tournament.
There are a few players. There's apparently about 7 English players who are participating in the tournament, and a couple of them, and think in David Willey and Chris Jordan. The two of them have come
He's
forward.
still playing.
Everybody who is not playing anywhere is playing the PS.
Yeah.
Warner.
So couple of players have now raised an objection, and they've cited security threat, and they're now wanting to move out.
Especially the England players.
Especially the England players, yeah.
Okay, this is from outside the Rawalpindi Stadium. Okay, so these are visuals apparently from outside Rawalpindi Stadium. So this is the extent of the damage that you can see. It does seem like, I don't know whether this is the exterior of the stadium, it does seem like certain walk bridges which would be taking you to the stands.
To the stadium or something.
They have been but even if there is no damage to the real stadium, the fact that even if it's happened around it, I don't think any player would be keen in playing at the moment. And if an overseas player wants to leave and go, then I'm not surprised. Why should they be caught in the crossfire? I can understand Indians and Pakistanis feeling for their respective countries, but why should neutral? They should exit before it gets there's more escalation,
more
and
tricky,
airspace is only closed completely. So that could be. That now brings me to the next question then. If there is a threat of strike, and now as it is being reported that Pakistan also tried to attack, and then of course the Indian air defense mechanism kicked in and ensured that those strikes don't harm Indian cities. But if that attempt is being made, what happens to the game in Dharamshala? Because that's also close to the border, right? Would it be wise to have a game there today? Because it attracts attention, whatever said and done. Lights on in a stadium, you can see from miles away.
25,000 people.
Yeah.
And high profile people as well.
Things stand, the match is going as per schedule. We've not heard anything from the concerned authorities. I think the clearance has in fact been given. You're looking at a special tribute be paid to the Indian Armed Forces as well. Just like we saw yesterday, there was the national anthem played. There was a message saying we're proud of the Indian Armed Forces that was displayed. Not just at the anthem, but as the game went along as well. Today you're looking at something similar, and there's going to be the addition of Indian Punjabi singer B. Prak. Sasha's a great fan of his music. No, I like his music as well.
No, I'm
not. No, I do. And you're looking at a special tribute that he will be paying. That is the only official word we've gotten at the moment from the IPL, and we already have put out that post for you. At the Dharamshala Stadium, there's going to be a special tribute for the Indian Armed Forces that will be paid before you see the first ball of the match be bowled.
And also for the PBKS versus Mumbai game, there were initially reports that it will be shifted to Wankhede Stadium only, but now the latest that we have for you, and it's a story that's done on Sports Today, that it will more than likely take place in Ahmedabad only. BCCI reached out to the Gujarat Cricket Association, and they have agreed to host the match there. It's just that some official confirmation is awaited. And maybe just from that perspective, now Mumbai's travel schedule is set to be clear, because now they'll clearly be travelling to Ahmedabad. And for maybe Punjab Kings now, after the game against Delhi Capitals today, they'll be taking the road route towards Delhi, and then maybe there's going to be a flight to Ahmedabad. So that's pretty much the case for Punjab Kings. And the game will more than likely take place in Ahmedabad on May 11th.
And that will still remain PBKS's home fixture.
Yeah, absolutely. Neutral venue, but PBKS's home game.
So basically what I'm picking up is that the reason the target that attack that India made and which has happened near the Rawalpindi Stadium, it's because the GHQ is there. So
Army headquarters is there, na? Yeah.
So the GHQ, so because of which the attack was there. Drones, and again drones were used, not really army aircrafts as such or missiles. Drones were sent. So just hours before the game was to start.
India didn't have to cross the LOC is what I understand, and from
that was yesterday.
Yeah, both
for the surgical strikes. But the ones that have happened now, they've used drones. So it's not even used aircrafts within your airspace is what we are getting to here. Okay, so IPL game as of now goes ahead as planned, right? Yeah. Despite Pakistan's attempt to target a lot of cities like Amritsar and Jammu, I believe all of that last night. But there's been no major damage because, as I said, the air defense systems really kicked in.
This could very well be the last game in the north part of the country today, because apart from that, I think most of the remaining
There's
games
one
are
more
There was one
Delhi.
more in
In Delhi.
Dharamshala.
11th.
That's been shifted.
No, that's
the
been
one
shifted
more in
to
No,
Ahmedabad.
is it confirmed? They said
It's
that
a report.
likely.
Yeah, it's
It's
report.
not shifted yet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But there is still games remaining in Delhi.
There's one remaining in
13th,
Delhi.
yeah.
On
11th.
Sunday.
On Sunday. Yeah.
11th.
Sunday.
There's one game on Sunday, and there's one game after this in Dharamshala also, which is likely to be shifted. But they've not really announced it whether it's
First
shifted
it's
or
in
not.
Dharamshala, then it's in Delhi if I'm not wrong. First it's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Delhi.
Delhi
then
is
it's in-
Sunday.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll find that out. Okay.
Dharamshala also is on Sunday if I'm not wrong. Afternoon game it was supposed to be. It is supposed to
Maybe
be.
then it's
Yeah.
back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11th.
Yeah. Same day.
Same day. Morning, afternoon game and
Will
night
be in
game.
Ahmedabad, more than likely.
The afternoon game will be in Ahmedabad, more than likely, and Delhi's game will stay as per schedule.
Mm-mm. You have any comments we can see before we dive into our subject? Aditya Thakur is asking, can IPL be closed? I mean, as I said yesterday, the situation is fluid. But if it does keep escalating as we are picking up today, and if it continues to go like this, then there is a good chance that you could suspend the.
I didn't know about your secret mission that you had. With
There is
Vikrant
no
sir,
secret.
The secret mission that you guys had gone for.
There was no mission.
The mission was there. It was to cover cricket.
Secret was to see na what all were so that this attack.
Arre, don't say that.
My point is
Our
that-
audience is so, I'm sorry to say, unintelligent. They'll take it seriously, as they took us going there, saying because of we going there, this has happened. So
No,
I don't trust the.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, so I don't trust the grey
addressing
matter.
These trolls, that's the point.
Ah,
You don't
exact-
even have to address.
Exactly my point.
6 or 7.
Total of 7, Shivam, there were. Yeah.
No, there was a photographer. There was from Hindu. There were. Yeah.
Anyway, that's not the topic at hand anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, coming back to the IPL, don't know what happens from here on. But as I said, IPL in the larger scheme of things seems very unimportant. And if, it does escalate from here on, and if it does, then you might have a situation where other airports will also be shut. Of major cities like maybe Bombay and Delhi and so on and so forth. If that happens, then IPL will have to be stopped, and I don't see any reason as to why should that be important.
Will it be stopped, or do you think will it get shifted to a safer venue? As in, it could be Dubai, it could be Sri Lanka as well.
But
Because-
I'm saying, if the country is at war, why do you want to have the IPL going on? Doesn't matter whichever
ideally
part
that
of the.
Ideally, that should have been the case, but after for this that particular game, Delhi and the Punjab Kings, there were reports that this likely might be shifted or rescheduled or cancelled whatsoever. But the owners and the stakeholders, everybody was keen on having the game. So if
That is
everybody
now.
keen on having it,
Shashwat, that is now, because as I said, you've launched some attacks, and there has been overall nothing major as such, right, in terms of civilian casualties, or there's not been a out and out war as such. But in the worst case scenario, if that was to happen, then what is the need to then have the IPL at that time? It's best it gets suspended. How can you have like a full-fledged war happening on the border and you are watching an IPL game in the evening? I don't think it just adds up. I think that is.
I hope that's the case, because why I just asked this question is during the second wave of COVID, the situation was really, really bad, and the IPL was continuing. When it absolutely things got out of hand, that was the moment when IPL cap was called off in between 2022. When 2022, when it was happening in India itself, it was happening in Delhi, I think, at that point, and the cases got so out of control. That is when they.
But about what?
That is when they called off the IPL.
What
COVID,
cases?
2021.
COVID is very
Yeah.
different,
It's a
Shashwat.
pandemic situation.
That's a pandemic situation versus how can you have a situation where there are certain countrymen fighting on the border, and you are watching in the evening IPL with cold drink and popcorn.
I hope so.
Can't.
That's
It
okay.
cannot. Na? If it doesn't escalate, if it remains like this, then there's no harm in continuing. But if it was to escalate,
like
and
we saw
becomes a,
yesterday, there are drills, etc. So much happening.
Yeah.
Hectic parleys in the army headquarters, in the national capital as well. So again, it's of national interest, it's of national security, this matter, and cricket is far back in the pecking order when it comes about priority at the moment.
Okay, I'll take last couple of comments before we dive into our subject. Anshu Mishra saying that Nikhil sir, now Pakistan is abusing you that you and Vikrant visited as raw agent in Pakistan and send information to our India. What can I say about that? As I said, you know, when you get a delivery outside the off stump and you're playing a test match, you have to bat a long inning. What do? You shoulder arms and you let the ball go rather than poking at it. Because you can get a 4, but you can be out also. So I rather not be dismissed.
I feel, you know, it's not even important to play this comment match. To be
Comment
honest.
match?
This is more of a match that you are playing as far as comments are concerned.
No, I just said
this does not even deserve any importance, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
People will say whatever they want to say.
So how does that matter? That's what I'm saying. Na?
We discussed about this, is why all of this
But
happened.
I have a question in a lighter vein again. How does the newsmaker feel to be the news?
No, not at all. I got used to it when I went to Pakistan only. But as I said, it is not your responsibility to see if there was something. As I say, it can happen, right? You can, as individuals, we can be involved in a situation that is of importance at a national level. But if you think you've done something that either benefits or puts a country at a disadvantage, then I think you are answerable, right? And even you, not only you, the concerned authorities will also be asking you questions because they know what. The fact that nobody else is bothered other than social media just tells you, you know, the importance of it. So
People tend to forget, just reminding people,
Yeah.
of course, they'll remember you and Vikrant sir going, etc. And there were other journalists as well. But people tend to forget that even before you went, we had a situation where the BCCI president then, the vice president also, these guys were also, and they had a good time there. And I'm not, this is not what I am making of the situation. This is what they had said. They had quoted that, they were well taken care of, they were well fed, the hospitality was great. But that was a different situation
No,
altogether.
but the problem is that if
You
people
also
troll,
had your foreign minister go, yaar. So
but if people troll them, those many views won't come. Na? If people troll people like you,
This-
Vikrant sir, then troll.
I'm just reminding
more
people
views will
that
come. So
there
that's
are
the only
people
logic over there.
who have visited Pakistan in the past, but that's only for professional and work purposes and within the ambit of the Indian government in terms of what is allowed for you to have, as a working relationship with Pakistan goes, or what the situation allows. So it's all been within the ambit of what was allowed back then.
okay, final comment by Vinod. He says, I have good view on Nikhil, but not okay with your logic. Okay. He says, if people you met had nothing to do with terrorism, then play park ? It's all about sentiment and not allowing financial benefit going to their program. So I agree with you. I was the one who said that in current scenario you should not be playing. And that's
ESL
that.
game has been rescheduled.
That's that. In the current environment, it's about the sentiment. But people were asking me that you are meeting common people and see what they are or whatever. As I said, I did not meet the military general or people from the ISI or people who engage in these terror activities or who are in any way associated with that. In a country, there are gazillion people. See, again, my interaction was mostly with cricket-related people, whether cricket journalists, cricketers, or fans who watch cricket. And my comments were all related to cricket. It had nothing to do with the geopolitics situation of the two countries, because neither do I know much, neither do the people that I met know much. They are also novices. Like he owns a restaurant. He only knows there how to cook and eat that. He has no idea of what his own army or what devious things that their ISI must be planning. And that's not to say that they're not complicit in all of that, but I'm saying my interaction were with people who do not have any knowledge of that. It's like, Indians are known to be, if as an American comes to India, Indians are known to be all IT personnel. But the American journalist who comes is a sports journalist. He will only meet people related to sports, right? He will not meet anybody who knows anything about IT. If he had to come in contact with me in India, and he'll go back disappointed saying, this guy had no idea about coding or anything like that. Yeah, because I don't. So just like that.
Okay. So just an official confirmation, since we touched upon it just a short while back, it's a statement that we managed to access. It says that the PCB, in consultation with all the concerned stakeholders, has decided to reschedule tonight's PSL match between Peshawar Zalmi and Karachi Kings. The PCB will go ahead and announce the revised date in due course. So that's happened as well.
Okay, so now it's confirmed.
Yes.
All the other games as of now stay as per schedule.
Yeah.
Whichever will be tomorrow in the days to.
So yeah, the PSL game is cancelled in Rawalpindi. Okay, what are we discussing? I know we'll be discussing cricket, but honest confession, like with what is happening, it just feels a bit out of place. Talk about the England series or whatever. Okay, Deepak has a question. He'll throw it open, and that'll also allow us to continue our discussion. He says Arshdeep and Sai Sudarshan must be included in the India squad for England.
+1.
He's just perfectly,
Okay, we'll try and break it down. Okay, who is your, now as things stand, who are your first choice openers?
Sai Sudarshan, KL Rahul, and
First choice.
no, I'm also talking about the
First
backup.
choice openers.
Who are you opening with?
Sai Sudarshan and Yashasvi Jaiswal.
How does Sai Sudarshan suddenly open?
You have that slot open now.
No, but how does he go past so many people?
There is Abhimanyu Ishwaran. They were
Yes.
trust in him during the Border Gavaskar
But he's
Trophy.
still there.
Rahul,
No,
KL
he's
Rahul.
obviously going to be
No,
there.
Shivam, we are not making this.
There's
KL Rahul
actually
isn't really sure of a place in the 11 after what happened in the BGT. He just did well in the couple of matches, and after that,
No, but I think he will be shown trust in.
there's
at least to
Devdutt
begin
Padikkal
with.
as well, lest we forget.
But he's too injured now.
Now
No,
he
but
is
I'm assuming he's injured now and maybe fit later.
in
He's injured for the
contention. I'm just
IPL.
saying because he was.
But
also
why
there.
not Abhimanyu Ishwaran? Yeah, he's always been backup.
Now you're looking in front. You have to go ahead, not back. That's the only.
So
problem.
he would be back if he ever got a chance. He's neither front nor back. So give him a chance.
Time has passed. That's the only.
How
problem.
come?
He's what's his age? He's in his 30s, if I'm not wrong.
well, that's still fine. But it's a choice that I had
Yeah,
to. Pick.
Don't even let him play somewhere else, na. That's the whole problem. You always tag him. He's always tagging along with the Indian team. So this does not even have any domestic a big season.
That
where,
happened with Priyank Panchal also.
Yeah.
He also never got a game to play.
Yeah, so that's what
Yeah.
you did. That you've ruined it. You already have. So now no point in going
No, I
back.
think my point
At least
is-
don't ruin somebody else's.
And
career
how
now.
does Sai Sudarshan had a very good IPL, I agree. How does he suddenly become a test contender?
he's been
His
there-
red
no,
ball numbers aren't that great in
But
Ranji
he's
Trophy.
been there with the India A team and he's been playing over there. He scored runs in BGT also.
So
India
Ruturaj
A2
Gaikwad has also been there. Why not look at Ruturaj
does not
Gaikwad?
have those many runs, and plus the perception of Ruturaj Gaikwad is that he's gotten chances. He's gone out. He's come in, gone out, come in, gone out.
Why? Where has he got test match chances?
No,
He's been in the squad
Yeah, but
been
he's
in the
not got a
squad
chance.
only Once the West Indies tour
So
in
why not a
2023.
Ruturaj Gaikwad?
because Sai Sudarshan at this time is the player talk.
No,
of the
I
town.
wanted to
That's
go
in the
with-
IPL. But red ball form has to be seen, yeah. Ranji Trophy form has to be seen.
See, I wanted to go ahead with Ruturaj Gaikwad, but what his injury has done to him in the IPL is that it's going to keep him out for a long time. So, any which ways, there's a chance that he'll not be fit for the England tour. So, just keeping that thing in mind, I decided to go with Sai Sudarshan and Jaiswal.
I'd go with KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal to begin with the tour, but I'll have Sai Sudarshan as my backup opener.
Looking at the situation at hand, I don't know if this doesn't become an opportunity to try out an Abhimanyu Ishwaran, then I don't know what will. It doesn't matter for how long he's travelled with the Indian team, that chance was never presented to him. And even if he's, Shivam, can we just check his age? I'm just taking a wild guess. Even if it's 31, he can still easily give you a good couple of years. And since you're anyway planning these days, you're not planning 4 or 5 years, you're planning You're planning for every WTC cycle, and this one's going to be lasting till 2027. So he fits the bill, even if he's, let's say, 31, 32.
29.
He is 29. So he's got not one,
But
but
said in his late 30s.
So where is the time pass? Young kid. Shreyas Iyer is in the 30s, but he should come back and start.
Also,
and
I know-
Shreyas Iyer, it's not like he has not even made his debut with Abhimanyu Easwaran. He's been there.
No, he's
with the team
29.
since 5 years
Yes,
now.
so he should play. It's as simple as that.
No,
He did not get a chance. You were trying different things. I'm sorry, you cannot.
But sir, if
I'm-
you had to play him, I think
that is a different thing whether they play him or not. If I'm selecting the team, I have to be fair. No, I'm selecting the team. I'm not looking into what they have to do.
where has he scored runs in the red ball? That's the problem. Na? He did not have a good A tour in Australia. Apart from that, he wasn't able to play too much domestic cricket because he was with the Indian
Yeah,
team
but-
or with the A team.
Yeah, so then.
That's
but
the problem.
he
But
scored
so
runs in
he-
domestic cricket by the
he
ton.
did
Yeah, look at his
exactly what
domestic
was
record.
expected.
No,
of
his
him.
domestic. I want to. Can we also look at his domestic season?
There is
a
no
couple of
match,
years?
sir, between his record and Sai Sudarshan's
Sai
record. Then,
Sudarshan
so how
average
does Sai
was
Sudarshan come
39.
in?
The biggest backer of Abhimanyu Easwaran.
So then
just feel
I
that-
don't know on what logic can
But
Sai
then
Sudarshan
the
come.
only thing-
If IPL form is going to decide everything, then take Priyansh Arya only. Take somebody like that.
It's
No,
not
no.
even like that. Abhimanyu
So-
Easwaran has done some. If he was continuing to score runs, I would have still wanted to have
but
him. But he's not played anywhere. How can I? Somebody who's not played for so many years.
Arey, his last Ranji Trophy game, he's got in 2024, he's got 100.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
played
so
that
then-
very at the beginning of the season. He's not played.
So what to do if you're taking him with the Indian team? That's not his fault, nah. You have to look at the amount of runs, and if he was your backup opener, I have to be fair. I have to take him. You can start. If you ask me, my two openers to start with probably will be KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal. That's also because KL was ahead, and if you remember, KL they kept fluctuating his batting position in Australia because once Rohit came back, then you even dropped him. You had to adjust him. So fine, you give him a longer run as an opener. You need some sort of an experience now that Rohit is retired. So put a KL in that, but my backup is going to be Abhimanyu Easwaran. If need be, he comes in ahead of Sai Sudarshan. Sai Sudarshan has been outstanding, but he has to. Right now, if I'm picking the team, I'm going with that.
I would love Abhimanyu Easwaran to make his debut finally. But my only thing again is that if he was in the thought process and if there were chances of him playing,
That's their thought process. I'm
Yeah,
talking about my
Shashwat,
thought process.
I want to understand.
I'm
I want
not
to
second
understand
guessing. I'm not predicting.
Where-
I'm saying what is the right thing to do.
Where was that opening?
BGT when Rohit wasn't coming,
Yes.
ideally it should have been Abhimanyu Easwaran who should have opened.
But the tide had started to turn,
There was KL Rahul also there.
and then there was KL Rahul.
KL
Yes, so
Rahul
do-
did not go as a backup opener. He was playing.
He goes
in the
as
middle.
backup something
But
or
then
the other.
That's the thing. Then you should not have taken a backup opener in Abhimanyu Easwaran. You should have let him play the domestic season. You take him
No, but
every
the-
time, and somebody else comes and opens.
because
him.
that was a change in
But
philosophy at
Harshit,
that
this happened
time.
a
and-
couple of years back in England also that Abhimanyu Easwaran travelled with the team. He was there all throughout the season. An opener got injured.
So
You called Prithvi Shaw from India. You still did not play Abhimanyu Easwaran. Another opener got injured in Mayank Agarwal. You still did not open with Abhimanyu Easwaran. You got KL Rahul at top.
So what
you've
will be a
done this
bigger
with him
mistake now that
lots
there
of
is a
times.
natural opening that you don't give him that chance, or you sit,
But
you
there's
latch on to
still
the
no
fact
natural opening, na?
there
now,
is-
even now your first openers are going to be KL Rahul and
KL
Okay.
Rahul.
So he can be backup.
KL,
Then
KL,
backup,
can,
then
KL
that's
can be
the-
middle order as
backup,
well.
You also want to nurture somebody. That's what
So you
I'm
can
trying to
nurture
do.
a 29-year-old.
You were anyway.
he's
You
not
had
even
reservations.
made
You had reservations playing Sarfaraz in Australia. I'm not too sure if Sarfaraz makes it for your England squad by the same logic that you applied to him in the BGT. There is a definite spot anyway in the middle order for KL Rahul. He showed you again. You asked him to play as an opener. He did that for you. You asked him to play in the middle order. We know he's well equipped to play there as well. So if you are, if you are sure of now giving his due. To Abhimanyu Easwaran, this is the chance. Now this is not about making any big players sit out or being adventurous. Now is the opportunity. Now is the chance.
No, I think they were.
And he's 29. It's not like he's 32, 33.
But personally, even I personally feel that I think there were a lot of chances. There were lots of opportunities where, according to me, he should have started. He should have played. But now that that's not happened, I think it's very, very unfortunate for a player like Abhimanyu Easwaran to not able to wear that Indian baggy blue. But now that what it is, that is.
I don't know what you are saying. Very last got. Look at his thing. He played in October.
Yeah.
Played a Ranji Gods there. He plays the Irani Trophy game. gets a 191 there. He plays before that the India B, D, that old comedy, he's got 116, 150. Everywhere he's played, he's just got runs. So what was to say when he didn't get runs? He's been getting runs in domestic. How can I judge him by international? He's not getting a chance. If he has gotten the amount of runs he has and he's 29 years of age, he needs a chance ahead of anybody else. Because IPL should not be the benchmark according to me.
And Sai Sudarshan's not ahead and shouldn't be ahead.
Sai Sudarshan's red ball numbers aren't great.
He's averaging 39, Sai Sudarshan. So, and he's done well in T20 cricket to be ahead of Abhimanyu Easwaran is not even in competition with him, but there are others who he may have leapfrogged in the process with 2 very good seasons back to back. But we'll be grossly mixing formats if we give Sai Sudarshan a test cap ahead of an Abhimanyu Easwaran. I'm sorry. Abhimanyu Easwaran.
See, they may do that, but it is for us to pick what we think is the fair thing. And I think it's only fair.
Very sure it has to be Easwaran.
For someone. Anyway, that's the opening slot. The 4 that we could come up with disagreements, of course. KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal is there. Then the disagreement is over, and Abhimanyu Easwaran / Sai Sudarshan. I think those are the names that we floated in. Middle order, apart from the usual suspects that you'll have in a Virat Kohli and a Shubman Gill, who are the other middle order batters that you would want to? So if you could pick 5, let's say just 5 middle order players that you're looking at the moment, who would be your 5?
Shreyas Iyer and Sarfaraz Khan. 2 I've given.
How does Shreyas Iyer come back into the test
Shreyas Iyer, the
team?
Ranji Trophy season he had, he scored runs.
But there are...
and in that also he scored runs. The Irani Trophy also.
Let's see Shreyas Iyer's
season he had a couple
Yes,
of
he has the
hundreds,
numbers. You're right. But see,
but
when
can he bat more than 30 deliveries?
Now too he can, because he has batted in the Ranji Trophy.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So Shreyas Iyer and Sarfaraz Khan. 2 names.
If that problem is behind him where he used to have problems earlier, no?
That problem is behind him.
Okay.
Because he has played after that more than 30 balls.
Okay. No, we have to come up with more names.
so 5. Also, we're looking now at batters.
2 names. He's
2. Yeah, I thought that I.
And it doesn't have 5 middle order players. We're not picking the 11. Just 5 middle order batters that if you're going to look at.
For me, it's Devdutt Padikkal.
Okay.
One more to what he has said.
Do you have Shreyas Iyer and Sarfaraz in your team?
I have Sarfaraz and Padikkal, but not Shreyas Iyer.
Why? I'm just generally asking
No,
why.
I think Shreyas Iyer has done everything
Not
right.
even in the squad. Not even in the squad.
Shreyas Iyer would be in the squad, but
Yeah, but we're talking about the squad only, na, right?
See,
the first choice options, na. So for first choice, for me would be either Sarfaraz Khan.
No,
or
go with the
Devdutt
squad.
Padikkal.
5, if you're picking 5 are not going to be playing. 2 are already there in Gill and Virat. So
Gill and Virat,
when we are
yes.
picking 5, they are in the squad, not necessarily in
Yeah,
the 11.
Shreyas Iyer for me, definitely.
See, if I had to pick 5 other than Virat and Shubman, you have to take the guys you took for BGT because they didn't get a chance. So you should take a Sarfaraz, did not get a chance there. You should take a Devdutt Padikkal. You should take a Dhruv Jurel.
Dhruv Jurel will anyways will be, that's why I did not
Whatever,
count,
he's a
because the
middle
second
order.
keeper.
He's a middle order player. You have to take Dhruv Jurel there. Again, just got 1 game. Those are 3. I think Rajat Patidar is a contender. He did well and then he was injured and then he was out. His start of his test career wasn't
dropped.
good. Yes, start of his test career. But now that he's made a comeback, overall he's captaining of a team, comes with a reputation.
IPL again.
No, his red ball numbers are not
Red ball
bad.
this
You
season,
bought
I
him.
don't know
You
how.
bought him because of that.
But this
We're
season,
if you can look at Sai Sudarshan because of what is happening. I mean, Rajat Patidar is a contender.
Why everybody is looking at Abhimanyu, Sai Sudarshan is the reason for that is that he's been around the red ball system for a while now. He's been playing India A. Rajat Patidar, after he was dropped, he did not even go for the India A2 to Australia. So he's not been there in the red ball. I'm not too sure about his numbers in red ball, but his real performance
show us,
in domestic
Patidar.
cricket game was with the white ball in the S-mat, where he captained.
Would you have Karun Nair after the record-breaking season that he had in
But
Ranji
that he had
Trophy?
in 1 day. 1 day he had.
No, but he also
No,
did
he
well.
also
Yeah,
got
he
a lot of
also
runs.
had runs
Yeah.
in the Ranji Trophy. Yeah.
Scored, I think, at an average of 60 odd, if I'm not wrong. For Patidar, overall his first class numbers are like pretty decent. More than 4,700 runs at an average of 43. 1,300s are also there. So that's the thing. But I think in middle order you'll obviously have a problem for plenty, because we might have picked KL Rahul as an opener, but you never know, he could be slotted back into
No,
the middle order.
I think he'll be there. See, if I had to look at 5 middle order batters, you should take the ones that you took. Like in Sarfraz, Devdutt Padikkal, Dhruv Jurel. Those are 3. Nitish Kumar Reddy, 4. Do you discard him only after one series? I don't think so. So you will, and he got 100 there. Overall wasn't great. But how do you now suddenly drop him, right? So these are 4 players that I can look at. There, I don't know if you're going to look at. I think, of course, Shreyas Iyer will come into in conversation. There is a possibility he's that 5th middle order batter. There will be a Rajat Patidar in that conversation.
Karun Nair will also be there then.
Karun Nair, Baba Inderjeet, why not?
That will depend on the A tour.
Yeah, but the A tour might Sai Sudarshan,
Will have
Rajat Patidar, all of them might have to do the A tour. But I think these are the names that you can roughly look at. And for the opening, if I had to pick another name, then Ruturaj Gaikwad, if he's fit, will also be into consideration alongside Abhimanyu Ishwaran, KL Rahul, and Yashasvi Jaiswal. If you are going to consider one more, it'll be that. Your fast bowler, since that was the question. If you can pick, I don't know, they'll pick 5, maybe 4 fast bowlers.
4 you'll need.
4 who are going to be your 4 fast bowlers. That's going to be very tricky.
Bumrah, Siraj, Shami and Arshdeep Singh.
No Prasidh.
How can you not have Prasidh Krishna? He was outstanding in the last test match he played.
You have to pick 4.
I'll pick, I think, 4 or 5.
But Arshdeep wasn't part of your test squad. Prasidh Krishna was.
There's a reason why Arshdeep Singh played county cricket in 2023, and
No, that was
ever
his
since
choice,
then he was asked by Rahul Dravid to do so.
Rahul Dravid is gone.
I know, but the point is that he did well in
But
the
after
county
that, he
cricket
didn't
also.
get picked.
Yeah, exactly.
He played in the domestic circuit.
Yes.
Maybe you
but
just
didn't
keep
play,
getting
didn't
him
BGT.
ready.
But I'm saying if a Prasidh came ahead of him and played BGT and did well, and now is the best bowler in the IPL, even ahead of an Arshdeep, how does he go up?
Prasidh
My
also
point is
had-
India. See, we asked to discuss that. We have to name 4 fast bowlers. I'm sure India are going to take more than 4, because there's going to be a
No, let's pick our top 4. No, all-rounder is
Navdeep
Nitish Kumar
Saini
Reddy.
will also go that. So for
That's net. I'm not looking at net.
Going to 8-9 will go.
Not net bowlers, not extra. Your Nitish Kumar Reddy, they are treating him as an all-rounder. I don't think he is an all-rounder. You treat him as a batter, you play him with 5. But 4 fast bowlers will be minimum. They take 5, that's a luxury that they have. But right now, if I was to ask you, if you're taking 4 fast bowlers in your squad, not net bowlers, who are your? Okay, he's given his 4.
Yeah, Arshdeep.
Prasidh, Siraj, Bumrah, Shami.
I'm going Bumrah, Shami, Prasidh, and I'd be tempted to have Arshdeep.
Not Siraj.
Siraj was the workhorse.
Yeah, in
has
BGT,
to
he
go.
worked.
The only reason why
You might take
I had
Arshdeep as a 5th option. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm in agreement with Shasha. If I take 5 fast
Arshdeep
bowlers,
is my 5th.
Arshdeep comes into the picture. If I'm just taking 4, then my 4 have to be Bumrah, Shami, Siraj, and Prasidh Krishna. By the way, let me throw in another name. Harshit Rana, who
That's
was
what
part of your test squad.
I was getting to that only, that if 5 go na, according to us, it should be Arshdeep, but it will be Harshit Rana. If 5 go, 5th will
But
be Harshit
we are
Rana.
supposed to look at the...
But yeah, I would not want to go with Harshit Rana, because I think you need that pedigree for test cricket, and he's not that cooked right now. He's really raw, and that rawness is required in the shortest format. That's absolutely great. He's really left an impact. He should be there there in the wide ball circuit. I don't think as of now he is reached that level where he is an all 3 format bowler, and in the Indian team on previous occasions has been wrong in identifying the all 3 format bowlers, whereas we saw Mukesh Kumar when he played all 3 formats for India, he was constantly playing. I think Arshdeep could be a bowler who should be groomed as an all 3 formats bowler, but they are going the Harshit Rana way. I don't think Harshit Rana has reached that level right now, whereas Arshdeep, I think he is really he's ready to be thrown in the...
You know
red
why
ball.
I put in Arshdeep, and I don't think Arshdeep made it to my list when we were looking at BGT squad. It's only because of his ability to swing the ball. With Harshit, you went ahead with him because what you saw...
No, he's ahead of Harshit. I think we all agreed.
Yeah,
but
so
you put him
and
ahead of Siraj.
Siraj as well, because the one thing that I see common with the 2 bowlers is their ability to hit the deck and hoping that they are able to extract something from the deck. Both aren't, big swingers of the ball. With Arshdeep, that's what you get. And in those conditions, we've seen it here under lights what Arshdeep can do. He can make the ball talk, as he single-handedly won the match the other day. So if you can do that with the white ball, surely there's so much you can expect from him in those swinging conditions, in England. So as somebody who's untested, the opposition doesn't know him either. He brings me that novelty, he brings me that little bit of X factor, and that left armour option always comes in good.
For
Nobody is
Arshdeep,
Shardul.
he has to be the
But I think
all-rounder.
Shardul will come in the
That's-
all-round
yeah,
category
absolutely.
alongside Nitish Reddy.
See, in case of Arshdeep, why I would be tempted to take him is because of the number of right-handers that England would have in their 11. You start with Zach Crawley, Oli Pope, Joe Root, Jamie Smith. There are going to be many other options. Also, could be the return of.
You don't have Arshdeep in.
He did.
I have.
He had him ahead of Prasidh.
Prasidh.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I have him, because more number of right-handers in England 11.
Go without Shami.
You can still go without Prasidh Krishna, but you cannot go
Can't
without
go without Shami in Test match.
That's the point.
In Test match cricket, you need a Shami. Yes, IPL, don't look at it. It's very different. Test matches, you will need the experience of Shami. Yeah? In those conditions, you will need him. So,
And he can get you a 50 as well.
no, because you are seeing IPL, sir. You are seeing IPL. You give him the red ball, you will see the
Arey,
difference.
you will
Yes,
need
Lord
Shami the
England.
batter,
Nice.
let's not forget.
Huh?
Arey,
Indian team was very keen to
Exactly.
take him for BGT. He was not fit.
He knows how to get
He
us on.
wanted to play. The Indian team wanted him. He was not fit. It's a different format. You have to have Shami. Anyway, that's a debate, and that's the tricky bit. And of course, he's right. Shardul also comes into the mix. So that's why I only restricted it to 4, because Shardul will then be a 5th if you're going to take. Even though he'll be slotted in as an all-rounder, he'll be your 5th fast bowler for sure, because you'll need some sort of batting. And you've seen with the current regime, being very persistent with having bowlers who can have some batting abilities. That's a new age thinking that we are seeing. So with that, Shardul may be that 4th bowler that you play and you have one backup.
Do we
as
see
well.
do we see a situation where there will be a departure from that theory, because you were looking at Australia,
That's
the
a different
conditions are
debate.
different, but England, different conditions altogether. Are you looking at a departure from that
I
theory?
don't care about the conditions. This should not have been
Been a theory in the
Yeah.
first place.
But I don't
Agreed.
know whether they'll change that or not. I hope so they do.
I think they probably will be forced to relook into it. Whether they do it or not, I can't comment on. Much like you, I would also want them to play some sort of convention in mind as specialists over these batters, over these bowlers who can give you a little bit of batting, and that eventual scoreline that you finish the series with, I think, asks for you to have a relook into that theory.
Yeah, possible. Very tough to say. As I've said many times before, I would not want that. You in Test cricket pick your regulars, specialist batters, bowlers.
Yeah.
Make your team with that, not bits and pieces, which is a good thing in white ball. I hope they do that. Okay, final point before we take questions. Your spinners are? You'll take 2, I guess.
Kuldeep Jadeja.
I will +1 on that.
Kuldeep, I think you might just take Kuldeep, Jadeja and Sundar.
How many people are you going to take?
GG really likes what
7
Sundar.
bat. Don't.
One name that's actually doing
were
the rounds
50
is
people in-
Tanush Kotian.
Tanush Kotian will go because he was there in the BGT also.
He was.
Tanush Kotian will go.
Ashwin's replacement, no?
Yeah.
Ashwin.
Yeah.
So there were 50 people during BGT. Same amount of days that long.
But no one has Jadeja, na? Oh, sorry, Akshar.
Akshar, no, not in Test matches.
So 50 people can go. Now families also. What's the rule?
There is a
1
rule.
week.
There is a rule. Okay, let's dive
Long
into the
tours, Twice
question
they can come to.
before we wind up.
People who live there.
Which is who?
There are people who might be, you never know who stays there, lives there. Anybody
Lives
can
and
live
stays, do different.
there. Saying stays, lives, anything.
Stays temporarily, lives permanently.
No.
What do you?
Some months family is
trying
there
to be
on a
cheeky.
location or vacation, sorry. Possible because nowadays India maybe it's not that safe by that time. So maybe people want to.
I don't know. And who's saying it's not safe over here? It's
I'm saying
absolutely
by
safe.
then if situation escalates, you'd want to.
We're well protected.
Okay, let's dive into the question. Ajay Shirke from Canada says, Nikhil, thanks for classic reporting, breaking the Rohit story long back and the updates. Please ignore few netizens who assign motives. The larger population seeks your elite level insight. Thank you very much, Mr. Shirke, for saying such nice, kind words. But anyway, it doesn't affect me because I've gotten used to people being abusive as well, and trolling also. But I don't take that seriously. I go home and sleep very well every night. But thank you for this. This really helps us do our job much better. It does work as an encouragement.
Actually, I just saw a name over there as a. How about Anshul Kamboj?
But very tough to fit. Yeah, you're not being able to fit a
He'll
Arshdeep
go,
slash
he'll go.
Haven't
Prasid
fit
Siraj.
Akashdeep.
Akashdeep is there.
All of them
But
will go.
Akashdeep didn't produce the result that you're looking for, so he misses out.
Everyone will go.
But that's
They
a
go
net
as
bowlers.
You can
I'm
take
talking about the
whoever
squad.
wants to go.
No, but then I'm talking about the squad. You will announce a 18-member squad, or something like that. That I'm talking about. Apart from that, you can announce the reserves who will
Few
just
years back,
Traveling reserves.
few years back, players used to go there, do the recovery. Injured players used to go and do the recovery also on foreign tours. So you can do anything. Take whoever. Rich board, BCCI.
Okay, Chaitanya Bhagga says if he's the selector, then he will swap Rohit with Sai Sudarshan, and his 16 will be Sudarshan, Jaiswal, Gill, Virat, Rahul, Rishabh. By the way, I forgot Rishabh also middle order. He's obviously there, but we didn't take a
First
wicket
choice,
keeper.
yeah.
So Jadeja, Shardul, Bumrah, Prasid, Arshdeep, Siraj, Rana, Akshar, and Washington.
Both Akshar and Washington.
He's removed all those middle order batters that we had at
He's
that.
probably having, Akshar as a proper batter. Then in that case.
No, yeah, not in test matches. Not in test matches. Yes, please go down. Sure. Bhavik Shah is of the same opinion as our producer in Shivam. He says Shami would not be there. He feels Rishi believes Bumrah, Siraj, Akashdeep and Prasid. Oh, he doesn't have Shami there and he doesn't have Arshdeep there. Karthik K wants Arshdeep over Rana any day. I am also with you, but then that became a fifth option. Priyanshu says he'll take Kamboj. Very tough to fit in the top 4-5. 6th, 7th option you can take. And if there are a lot of injuries, which also happens, you've seen in the past in overseas tours, then 5 test match series, fast bowlers, you can always fit in those.
Your best bowler in 2011 hammered 4-0
Yeah.
first test.
Yeah. Niche, sure. Okay. Sarat Chandra saying, how Sai with a first class average of 39 good? If this is that level, 60s, 70s average players are made to wait. And you want a 39 average player in the team. Sai Sudarshan is talking
I had
about.
him as a backup.
But he's saying even in backup.
You have no. The only thing is that I thought you should move ahead. with-
60,
with
70
youngsters.
average player is there.
There is, Abhimanyu Iswaran, But the only thing is, I think it's time to move ahead now a little bit because everybody
Sasha,
shouted for his name for so many
That's
years.
fine
we didn't play him till then.
if those pleas weren't heard then. But this whole fact that when you say it's late and all, he's 29, he's.
No, I'm saying even now, if you're straight away putting him in the 11, take him, play him all the 5 tests.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to happen now.
If not now,
That's
then I don't know when.
I'm telling you, 3 openers I've seen getting injured and Abhimanyu Iswaran being there. They have still not played him. They've called Prithvi Shaw, the person you don't like at all. He was called from
That's
India.
because he does nothing for me to like him.
But I'm telling you that they went down to that level that they called
But
Prithvi Shaw from India
It sounds
ahead
like
of Abhimanyu
it
Iswaran.
sounds like a different generation and a time altogether.
No, but that's what Abhimanyu Iswaran has been there. So I'm just telling you, there have been better opportunities to play him, but he was never played. This time there is no opportunity. It's going to be KL Rahul and Jaiswal.
Because all those runs that we're looking at right now, again, narratives change with time, and there's been a lot of conversation around it. You sent him to the Australia A tour as well, right?
He was in the India squad, but as soon as Rohit Sharma wasn't there, he should have been the one to open. But you called KL Rahul and opened with KL Rahul. So he was nowhere in the scheme of things. Very clearly. You just take him, he's there in the squad, but he has not gotten any opportunities.
I don't think that's so firm on him. I don't know. There always can be a chance.
Okay, Rakesh Bhushan says, we all say BCCI is professional, cash rich, and here they don't have succession plan. They have not groomed number 2. Is this how a professional organization performs?
I think this is something that we had all discussed, when India had lost to New Zealand, I think 3-0, that India weren't really ready for life after Captain Rohit Sharma in Test cricket. And once again, it's basically now reached a situation wherein at England you will have a new captain. And if straight away, he does not really, under him, if India don't really win or get those desired results, then all the criticism is going to be shifted towards him. But rather than that, it should be on the BCCI that he should have, groomed someone for that matter, given the vice captaincy on a consistent basis to someone. But then, vice captaincy in Indian cricket has always been a musical chair.
You weren't prepared for life after Ashwin either.
Still not.
There's a big gaping hole over there.
But you didn't play him only. He was never in your 11. So people for the bench.
But you will realize that when you start playing at home, it'll be easy for you to look past an Ashwin. And right now as well, when we were talking,
12 years, only one home series loss. And that's the kind of impact that Ashwin had.
Yeah.
Oatmilk has his 11 for England too. KL, Jaiswal, Gill, Virat, Nitish Reddy, Pant, Jaddu, Shardul, one of Arshdeep or Siraj, Bumrah and Shami. For a moment I thought Ashwin has come out of retirement.
Saurav Kumar wants Akshar Patel to be there. Oatmilk says, okay, Ash has retired and he sort of is missing. Sarat Chandra says that experience does matter. And I think there's a conversation between Akshar and Jadeja, I think that's happening between a few of our family members. I don't know what Alwyn is.
Go down, Shivam.
Saying over there.
No, you can take his question.
Alwyn says that the team was happy bunch of people that Delhi boy hero stays in the team despite awful performances in the last 5 years, and Rohit, because of 3 bad series, is retired.
Basically, he's saying
Rohit
you guys, Delhi boys, very happy that Virat is in the team and you made Rohit retire.
But is he not saying
feels like that? No, he's
last
saying
5 years performances were missing. He's talking about Virat, no?
That's what I'm saying. He's saying you guys are very happy that your Delhi boy is still in the team despite 5 years of poor performances.
But
whereas Rohit gets dropped.
It's not about being happy. It's about 2 players having very different pedigrees in Test cricket.
So
Yeah.
you can answer. You can take the question and answer, na.
Alvin, that was not about us having any allegiance, territorial allegiance, that too with Virat.
I don't think he follows Shashwat's comments on Virat.
No, but also, I don't even have Virat in my 11 for England.
The only territorial allegiance that we may have.
Yeah, I just want to tell, unlike majority of you guys who are fanboys, none of us are.
does not have Virat in his squad.
That's what I'm saying. Unlike majority of these people,
That's fine.
who are massive fanboys,
That's the point.
No, I'll give him 2 test matches.
none of us are fanboys.
Give him a single test match.
I'll give him 2.
Okay. Dhanush says Shami can't even bowl 4 overs properly. Then how do we take him for Test cricket? Again, Dhanush, I think we're mixing formats here.
Exactly.
That's just how subtly we'll put it. And 450K Thakur says, why are you forgetting, guys? Padikal is injured and out of IPL, and it's a hamstring injury. And hamstring injury is a 6-7 weeks, I think, often is a good time.
Agarwal can also be a test option. You never know.
No.
He had a good run.
Well, by the way, Chiteshwar Pujara is still not retired, guys. By that logic. We're talking middle order.
Not coming.
Shubham Garg has a comment that Nick, sir, what's the legacy of Rohit, the Test captain? He captained India for 3 years. No captaincy options prepared. Fast bowling, less potent now. Questions on spin department. I think the only notable contribution that Rohit had as a Test leader were those 2 series wins that you had in India against Australia, BGT, and the England series that happened last year.
No, Rohit Sharma as a Test captain, I think I agree with Shubham over here for a change that Rohit as a Test captain did not leave any legacy.
Yeah, true that.
Shobhan Sai has a comment that one thing's for sure that no captain in future will opt himself out in whatever the dire situation India is in after what happened to Rohit. Who knows, maybe that could be their last match.
But Shobham, we also on our platform got a lot of abuse. We praised Rohit for taking that call, and I still maintain that he's the one that took that call, and I thought it was a selfless call. And a lot of people, again, you know the fight between TNs, they just can't handle praise for the other one. And as I said, unlike a lot of you guys, I have no allegiance to any one particular player. We say what we feel is right. We've praised both on occasions. We even criticized both on occasions on different times. Yeah. Coming back to the point, I think he did the right thing. But I think him getting dropped now has nothing to do with that good call he took. I think now him getting dropped was, again, because of the circumstances. We explained that in a show yesterday on Rohit Sharma. You can see that for the detailed analysis. I don't want to dwell back into that. So his call at that time was outstanding for the sake of the team. But now I don't think he is dropped from the test team or he had to retire because he opted out of that test match. I think that was coming nonetheless. Unless he played that test match and had a fantastic inning, maybe things would have changed. There's a possibility. But I don't think so. Okay, Rakesh Bhushan says on a lighter note, are you following KL Shashwat on social media or did algorithm make you follow him? Are you firstly following?
No, I'm not.
You know, he's not following only.
I don't
Even
follow any.
algorithm is also
I
not.
follow very few cricketers. I think just
Why?
like that.
You say you keep watching reels all the time.
I do. That's a different. I just
Acha, who are the
follow
ones you follow?
Rinku Singh,
Okay.
Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya. Just these three.
Okay.
Yeah.
ठीक है, as his wish.
Shreyas Iyer and Arshdeep Singh. Yeah, these two as well.
Rishabh Pant?
No. I just like these four.
Not Abhishek Sharma?
That's fine. He said no 5, which is fine. It's his wish, his personal.
Yeah, that's fine. Even I don't follow a lot of athletes.
Yeah,
You anyway
neither do
see
I.
what they're
Yeah,
doing
exactly. That's right.
on their reel feed, etc.
Vishal Panchal says, I still think Rohit should be given one more toss since he only had 2 bad series, isn't it? No, he had actually 3. Bangladesh, then New Zealand and that. And it's not about, again, bad series. It was that transition time. I think Rohit could have gone to England. They would have allowed him to have a chance to prove himself as a batter, but he didn't want that. So he and that's also fair. He rather continues as captain or not, because in captaincy you needed to have a transition. So if you're not going to have it now, then when? So because of that. Chalo, last comment. Saurabh Kumar wants to know, is there any outside chance of Bhuvaneshwar considering his ex-score? I thought about it, but I agree.
Fitness issues, I think. From that perspective, if you want someone who can swing the ball at that pace, I think Anshul Kamboj would be ahead of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar.
Yeah, but
Just a comparison between both.
Okay.
Navdeep Saini, I think, will be ahead of all.
Still, he's fast.
Yeah.
Last 2 comments. One from Syed Nizamuddin, your best innings of IPL so far?
Ever? This
season.
It has to be Vaibhav Suryavanchi's 100.
Good call.
Yeah, that's a good call. Thinking.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi, yeah.
I can give you options though.
Okay.
Abhishek Sharma's 141.
Hmm.
Priyansh Arya's 100.
Ashutosh Sharma, LSG.
It
Priyansh
fails.
Arya's 100.
Ah.
Shreyas Iyer's 97. Surya Kumar Yadav's that 70 odd that he scored in that game at Wankhede.
No, not
There's
the
a
best.
Krunal Pandya against DC. Virat Kohli against DC,
I think
same game.
Suryavanshi is the winner.
Yeah, clear cut.
14-year-old, yaar.
KL Rahul's Kantara.
14-year-old, that was special.
I agree.
Don't see that every
I
day.
mean, even QDK's in Guwahati was
97?
97.
Ayush
Tough.
Matre is 94.
Yeah, tough conditions. Got that. Ashutosh is at the start.
LSG.
60
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was 19 or 19 and then just zooms past. Also, yeah, that was the second fastest IPL century ever. So, yes, that
out of
was a
this
special
world.
knock.
We can't see that every
Yeah,
season.
special knock.
Correct. Okay, and final comment. Mohit Ramola wants to know your WTC winner. I think we've answered that.
we're going to be waiting.
Australia, I mean, I'm just for the pedigree.
But if
I won't be
also,
surprised if they won
is there, I think will South Africa have Rabada?
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's been
They have
cleared
made it
already.
clear that there's going to be
Okay.
no further punishment. Yeah.
Chalo, on that note, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. With that, another edition of the Dugout comes to an end. We'll, of course, have a quick toss update, but our proper long form discussion will come right at the end when we discuss the.
You want JFM back?
No. So that's asking if we're willing to bring in JFM. Answer is no for me. Sashwat, for good luck.
Not for good luck. I think you need to take a guess. It's a gamble with Jake FM, and you need a gamble at this point where you are at in this tournament.
Okay, bye bye, guys. Take care.
We'll be back with the toss, and as Siddharth would have said, 19 minutes.